It's the mom life.
Hey guys, welcome to another Living in the Moment with B
and Steph.
And
we are so, hey friends. We're starting at the same time. We're so excited because we have some awesome things coming up. We just want to thank you guys for your continued support. It's been so great.
We've had a huge outpour of support. We've had a lot of moms reaching out to us, wanting to come on as guests. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, what? That's so exciting.
That's so cool. So
yeah, that's such a compliment that anyone would want to come on and talk to us and hang out.
Yeah, we have a good list. And so we're still working on scheduling some people in, but we have been able to schedule a few guests. So you guys will be hearing from them pretty soon. One of them is a teen mom turned mom boss. The other one is a full-time work from home first responder wife. So that one is also going to be very exciting. And then that
one's cool too, because that's how the podcast was born, with our work from home full-time first responder wifey mom. When her and I were pregnant, we just, I don't know, it just organically came about. Me, her, and B would constantly have this group chat going, and we were talking all things mom, and then we're like, let's do it. Maybe other people are interested in this information. So and then we also have one of our great friends who's a super mom, toddler mom. She's really involved in the community, and she's made an awesome community just with other toddler moms and baby moms in the area, which is so cool.
Yeah.
So we have tons of fun things coming up. And again, thank you guys for continuing to watch and be excited for us. It helps us, and it's it helps us keep going. If we didn't have any listeners, it would be a little discouraging.
Yeah, no, and I know we forget how to talk in front of a camera, but it has been a lot of fun. And it's nice to see a lot of moms really excited about it and saying, oh, it reminds me of when my babies were younger, or I really...
That too, yeah.
That's been cool.
Or more seasoned moms that can give advice.
That we need, because again, we're new moms. And so it's been a blessing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we can give a limited advice, which kind of brings us into our topic today. We have our list put together of things that we loved being new moms, that we needed, that we used often, some of our favorite items, and then stuff that we just didn't care for, didn't end up using, maybe the babies didn't like, just our thank you next items that we could have done without.
Okay.
And so, obviously super... which is the word? Subjective?
Yeah.
Where everyone's going to have their own opinion on it. Yeah, so super subjective, because some stuff some babies will love, and
they have preferences like we do.
Exactly, yeah. So take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. But we put together our little list of our favorite items.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with some of your top stuff?
I do. And I actually... when I was a new mom, I was pregnant maybe 10 months or a year before the girls were. So I had no one to reach out to. I did have some family members, but a big thing was, well, what do you need? And so that's why we wanted to put this list together. One thing I will say that has helped me survive, and I've used religiously from the time we brought, our son home to now that he's 18 months, is a sound soother with Projector. And so I know babies can't see, right? All they see is blur when they're newborn, and over time that eyesight sharpens with time. But it was still a good distraction. So the noise helped him get accustomed to, it even helped us so that he can get accustomed to noise and we're not walking on eggshells around him, which I know a lot of parents do. And I'm like, I don't even know, how do you run a household, right, in such silence? And so that was good. And then the Projector has always distracted him. Now that he's older and he's able to identify items and he's in love with farm animals, that's what the Projector is. And so even now at 18 months, now that he can see it clearly, it's still a good distraction. It's like a little lullaby. He names all the animals, says all the noises, and then crashes out. So I think that's a big one for us.
So cute.
Yeah.
I hadn't even heard of those. I've seen just the projectors for older kids' rooms, but never that come with the sound machine. Or
it has
the sound
waves
machine
are his favorite. Rain. It has lullabies. It has a bunch of but yeah, I mean, we swear by it. If we have it, we know he's going to go to sleep. Like, it's just, he's used to it. Like, it's already, he's hypnotized to it. So I recommend that, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I have something similar. The Hatch sound machine. That one doesn't have any sort of picture or anything. It's just colorful. So like apparently red helps people in general fall asleep. So it suggests that you put it on like a red setting at night, and that's supposed to help the baby fall asleep. Whether or not it does, I don't know.
Do you use it? Like, do you use it on red?
Yeah.
And it does work?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if it makes much of a difference, the color anyway, but the sound part of it is great, like the white noise, and then same thing, you can do the different settings and stuff. So that's on my list too, just definitely some sort of sound machine. But the one with the pictures, yeah, especially when they're a little older, that sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, it distracts him, like I said. Like he could be crying and fighting his sleep, and then I put it on, cow, horse, and then he'll say all the little...
It's a good distraction.
Like, okay. And then we just
go counting sheep, but... naming animals.
Right. It's like counting sheep, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? You went out.
Cute.
And,
yeah. Oh, what the heck? No, I said counting sheep, but like naming animals.
Yeah. You see, we think the same.
So cute.
Yeah. So that, and we did look into lights. We have a smart light that we used, and my husband too, he's like, red, everything says red puts him to sleep. We tried red. I couldn't sleep with it. I'm like, this is horrible.
I don't really know. It's not super bright, so I'm trying to think if it helps me or not. I guess I don't really notice the difference.
Yeah, I didn't like it. We did try blue, so I was okay with blue, but maybe that's just my color. So yeah, so that I was okay with. But yeah, I think the projectors are go-to. Another big thing is a preventive care for us anyways, is my husband has asthma. My baby does not. So a big thing for us was air purifiers. And so we have those in our room. He also has a separate nursery. So we have some in there. We have one in the living room. Again, preventive care. My baby doesn't have asthma, but when he was born, they told us you don't really know. It takes time to build. And so you might not see it till they're, after one. So that was a big thing for us. But did you use those, or did you have any kind of concerns like that? Or?
We have them in the house anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love air purifiers. I think they're great. Yeah, so we have one downstairs, which takes up, or the area that it's supposed to cover is at least the room that we're in most of the time.
Oh, nice.
And then, we have one in our bedroom, which is where Maddie sleeps too. So, I love them. I think they make a great difference.
Yeah, we got a lot of those from our baby shower. Well, we got 3 from our baby shower, so that was nice.
Did you put it on your registry?
No, they just... we just got them, and I mean, his family's big on purifiers, so that was nice.
Yeah,
and then our job actually gave us one, or gave me one as my...
What?
Yeah.
That's kind of random. Like, that's such a good gift, but that you got more than one.
Yeah, I got 3. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just put a new one here, and like our whole house is purified. We're good. Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see. Let me look at my list here. This is something that you told me about, the car camera instead of a mirror in the back, or, that 2-way mirror thing, to get a camera instead. And it's super easy to hook up. It just goes on the headrest of the seat that she's on. And then, it looks right down at her, and you have the camera up on your dashboard, and that is an excellent thing that we have. I love that.
Yeah, that was another gift, and I didn't know anything about it. So kudos to Ryan, who is a father, and he thought, he's like, you're gonna love this. And I did. I told Stephanie.
He's a coworker.
Yeah, coworker. And I told Stephanie and Daisy, I'm like, you guys have to get these, because you're not turning your neck. It's just safer. It's right there. Like, I plugged it in to where my air vents are. And so I would just drive, look, and I could see my baby. It shows his whole body, not just his face. And so, I love that thing. Even now as a toddler, he still uses it. So, I mean, it's just back there. So we'll continue to use that. That's awesome.
I think that's a super cute baby shower gift. The only reason I had ever put it on our registry is because you told me, but for someone that maybe doesn't have it on there and you're not sure what to get, that's an excellent buy.
And it's inexpensive. We'll list everything that we're notating, guys. But it is, I mean, I don't think anything we're going to name is going to be crazy expensive. They're just like good things we think are a necessity.
Right.
Another thing I would say, and you and I were back and forth prior to this, again, we got different recommendations, and that's kind of what you go by. but was the NoseFrida. And so we did the manual one because everyone said, don't get the electric one. It's terrible. It doesn't work. You should just do the manual one, which we have, and it's great. We love it. It's nasty to me, the whole process, but I'm like, it works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then I hear Stephanie, she has the electric one, and she's like, oh, I freaking love this thing.
I love that thing. And we got the same feedback that the electric one wasn't great. So actually I got both. And I wasn't a fan of the manual one. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, not even that it was gross. It is kind of strange, but I couldn't get anything. Like I was there trying to suck up everything that I could, and no, I couldn't get anything. And with the electric one, we get a lot out of there.
You didn't have the lung power. And so...
Right, I guess. Deep breaths.
Yeah, it's just gross to me. I'm like, ill people in their breath. Like, obviously there's a little, or if you don't know, there's a filter so that bacteria doesn't enter the baby's nose and it's just coming out. You're just, sucking things out. But yeah, it's still gross.
I will say the electric one is also super easy to clean. Like the couple times that I used the manual one, having to try and go in and clean that hose and stuff. Yeah, it was more difficult.
And something Steph didn't know is she thought, well, the electric one, the only downside is you have to use saline. But fun fact, you use saline either way. So
right. So maybe that's why the manual one didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't use anything. Who knows? But who knows? Yeah. But yeah, no. I guess in this case, either one. You could go either way. You could try both.
NoseFrida.
See which one works best.
That's a definite, because breathing is everything. They don't know how to blow their nose until, I don't even know. We're trying to show JJ now, but he still hasn't mastered it. So I don't know at what age they start blowing their nose.
A lot of those NoseFrida products, are they all, no, Frida, just the Frida products in general.
They're good.
Are good. But one thing that's on my list of things, and I'll just jump there real quick since we're talking about it, of things that I didn't like was the electric nail filer. I was not a fan of that at all. Did you use it?
I didn't. We just filed manual. I was too scared to use it, like to cut my baby, but...
It does seem kind of scary, but I was like jamming that thing into my own skin, and there's no way anything was happening. No, but I didn't like it. It was difficult to use. Work? So in that case, I didn't think it worked very well. So I'm definitely a person that prefers the little nail clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you start them early, like JJ's so used to me clipping his nails, even now he'll stay still. I mean, it doesn't mean I get them all in one sitting. Sometimes we got to get them in parts throughout the day.
Couple fingers here, couple fingers there, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a clipper too. So maybe, I think you're supposed to file at first, so right? And then you can clip?
Okay, so like, when they're born, right? And they have these little claw-looking nails, but they're not sharp at all. Right. So I don't know. I mean, we used the little mittens and that seemed to be fine for a while. I don't think I actually went in and like had to cut her nails for a while. So I don't know the exact time frame on that, but at least like a month.
What the thought behind that is, or knowledge behind it, because I remember the nurse told us specifically, like, do not file his nails. I don't know if it was maybe 1 or first 2 weeks. She said because of nerves, or I don't even remember. And then she said, but after this amount of time, you can start using the clipper. And so,
see, you had such good nurses. Like nobody told me anything like that. Yeah. Thank goodness I didn't go in and try doing it when she was just first 2 weeks out or something, because that could have hurt her. Like, and nobody told me anything like that.
Well, and then we saw somebody we know, they're clipping their baby's nails, and we're like, oh, what is it a time? And we don't remember because our baby's already we're about to enter the second year. But I remember. That was our scary thing, like the nails.
Yeah, definitely. And well, that's good to know.
Yeah, another
for next time.
Another big thing I would say for me was a room caddy. And again, my baby's nursery is separate from our room, and he does sleep in our room. We recently have lowered his crib to a toddler bed, and we're trying to get him accustomed to that. I know, I'm like, that chunky. But a room caddy for us has been. It's like a saving grace. It's just a quick reach in the dark. We have diapers there. We have a sippy cup. He doesn't always wake up for milk at night, but sometimes he does. And so it's easy. I mean, it's nice to just know where everything is. So that's something that I feel I mean, we use every day because he doesn't sleep in his nursery. He sleeps in our room, even though he has his nursery.
We have one too. We use it more for like the upstairs, downstairs thing. Well, we did in the beginning, and then, my gosh, we had to just buy 2 of everything and set up a station downstairs. Yeah. But no, it's super helpful. Just room to room, up and down, wherever you're going to have stuff together. So
speaking of, we had a sanitizer upstairs and downstairs. That's the only thing we really had up and downstairs. Well, and a diaper. We did have a diaper caddy downstairs, or we still do. But we did have the sanitizers. Did you have one?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah. But we had bottle warmer up and downstairs, but the sanitizer just downstairs.
I forgot about the bottle warmer, guys. That is a big one. When they're new, when they're small,
definite necessity. That. Yeah. Because the alternative is just to boil water, right? And then but that takes so long. Right. So yeah, bottle warmer, 10 out of 10. And though it's important to make sure it's one that fits the 8-ounce bottles, because why the heck would they sell ones that just fit 4? But we ended up with one that just fits 4 ounces and one that fits the 8. And now we can't even use the second one because it's too small. Yeah. I don't know why. For money. Right? Why would they do that? Money, I guess to just have to go buy another one and, however long.
That's exactly, business. True. That's just business at its best.
It's the way of the world.
Yeah. And going back to the sanitizer, I will say make sure that it has a dryer. That's the only other thing, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because
super important, super convenient. We don't have time to be waiting all this time for bottles to dry.
Right. So that's been
sometimes when I'm waiting for ones to dry on the bottle rack, even now, I'll just go swinging around bottles.
Throwing water everywhere.
If I don't have time to, do all this stuff, because now, if something doesn't go through the sanitizer every time, I'm okay, but then it's not getting dried, right? So
you're an octomom with all your little arms
shaking stuff around the kitchen.
How cute. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. She used to be waiting at the sanitizing station, and now look at her just swinging around, getting into mama mode.
Well, in slight defense, I wash them now in the dishwasher, so I'm more trustworthy of the fact that they are clean.
Right.
Versus, me there scrubbing away. I did my best, but, it's a mental thing. So
you're just a good mama.
It'll pass. Yeah. Another thing I have on my list here is, I didn't bring it downstairs, but one of those little ducts that is for the bath water temperature. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it also tells the temperature of the room you're in. So we don't have any sort of fancy camera. I know some of them do that, but we didn't get that. So the duct will tell me how warm or cold it is. I've used that since the beginning. I love it.
And so I haven't had to use the duct because I feel for me, I'm I can tell if water's hot or cold or warm for my baby. Yeah. But you had a different experience at one point, right?
I'm still having a hard time with that. My temperature is so off, but especially, when I first got home from the hospital, I think I had that room at 77 degrees, and I'm bundled up, freezing, and everyone's like, Stephanie, you're gonna freak. This is a sweat box. We need to do something here because this isn't gonna work. And so, I couldn't tell. So that little temperature thing was a lifesaver. And then thermometer, it's a thermometer temperature thing. The thermometer thing was a lifesaver. And then, even now, I don't feel like I'm completely back to normal there. So we still use it.
Yeah, your hormones are still regulating. It's different for everyone. But I'm glad that you mentioned that because Maddie's 8 months and you're still trying to regulate.
It takes a while.
Yeah, so that's
supposedly it takes 2 years for your body to completely go back to a baseline. So so you're not even there yet.
Oh, I'm not done, girl. I'm crazy. I can feel water and temperature, but I got other things going on. It ain't right. But I will say I didn't even think to use that for room temperature. So I think that's great. That you told me that.
It's $12, so great find.
Yeah. And then anything else, I will jump in real quick. For the kitchen, one big thing is I got my baby his own blender now that he's starting to eat. And I know Maddie is getting...
Us too. Yeah.
And mainly because where we live, we cook with a lot of red chili and green chili. And we make that out of red chili pods. And so we definitely don't want to mix when I make my baby.
It's hot.
Right.
And it stains things.
Yeah, and also because they're teething. And so it's easy to blend stuff. And then I also recommend like a popsicle tray. And I would even blend meat, fruit, veggies, whatever, and just make them different popsicles.
Anything,
Yeah, and it would soothe him. He was eating. So yeah, their own blender, I would say, to keep it clean, away from, adult food and ingredients and spices.
Baby food only.
Baby food only, pure food only, and then...
That's a good one, we have that.
A popsicle tray, because teething is serious, y'all. I thought teething was like, a week or two. It never ends until they get their big teeth in... middle of elementary, y'all. So,
and even then, you deal with wisdom teeth, and who knows what other things come up. So, braces if they need them. Like, there's never ending. Well,
even my maternity photos, I'm like, I have this huge belly, and you turn, and my husband has like a swollen cheek because he took his wisdom out, his wisdom teeth out. Geez. So it never ends.
He did it as an adult. I did that like 2 years ago too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's serious.
And actually, I did it because I was planning to have a baby, and your teeth get completely wrecked when you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I just need to get these out and get it done. And so,
that was a big one. If y'all are trying to get pregnant and you haven't gone to the dentist, get cleanings. That is big. Yeah. The bacteria travels down. So I don't know why we went into that little loop, y'all, but go see your dentist.
Just teeth, teething and teeth, and took us down a little rabbit hole.
We start with no teeth and we end with no teeth. And in between, we got to keep it clean. In between, we got to keep it clean, y'all.
That's a good one. That's perfect. But I think that's it. That's
I have one more recommended by, and then if we have any dislikes, we can go into them. But a big one, again, on toddler stage, is a playpen. And we bought one, like 3 foot, all around.
We have the same one because you said, and it's great.
Oh, it's nice because I just have it in the living room. Before I got it, I had his toys everywhere. And now I have it, and it's at least contained to my house. Looks like my house, But it's also nice for him because it gives him like his little area downstairs. He likes to go in there, play in there. So huge. It'll keep your house clean, people. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maddie's not even necessarily playing in there yet, but it's a good storage spot for all of our stuff. So
and inventory, because you could see everything. So when he outgrows certain toys, I'm like, okay, donation. So instead of stuffing things in the closet where you're not going to see them. Okay, so what do you have for thank you next? I didn't really have anything.
So thank you next. We did the nail filer. Wasn't a fan. And then wipe warmers and wipe dispensers in general.
Waste.
Didn't need them.
Waste. Even in the winter.
We tried to use them, but it's just such a pain to be constantly refilling it, and it dries them out a little bit, and it's just not worth it to try and keep up with those, in our opinion.
I feel like I really liked it for his first week or two, and then that's all. Only because for me, I'm like, oh my God, my poor baby. I don't want to,
He's cold.
Yeah, he's fine. He was fine. And we don't use it because, it dried them out all the time.
So that, and then, the only other thing I had on here was carriers. And this is where we differ. Maddie did not like carriers, wanted nothing to do with them, still wants nothing to do with them. But JJ loved them.
Loved them. Not just
it's on my thank you next, but it's on, it's on B's must-have. So.
Yeah, that was a must-have for us too, because my baby was a giant, again, almost born 10 pounds, very long, heavy. And so I couldn't carry him in my arms, not even my husband. We would get tired. So the carrier, we let our body do the work, and that was nice because putting him to sleep, babies love movement. And so if he wasn't feeling the rocking chair or the swing, because I told Steph, I'm like, we got a swing, and because our baby was so heavy, he was moving around like the first month, but by the second month,
it stopped working.
That thing didn't work. So guess who had to become the swing? So just a carrier, walking around with him. He would nap that way.
You know what I do want to get when we get to that point, which actually I think we are now. Maddie likes to be carried around, but she likes to
they like to see and be observed, right?
One of those little hip things
I've seen
they
that.
sit on.
Yeah,
I want one of those. Yeah, that's on my list of things to try out.
That. Yeah, so the carrier, we would when he was young, newborn, we'd face him down. But as he got older, it was just for him to look around.
Yeah.
But yeah, those things are serious. You're going to be drenched in sweat. If you this kid.
Yeah. So tired.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a pretty good list. We didn't have too many dislikes, but hopefully that is kind of helpful. Some stuff.
Yeah, and that's obviously aside from bottles and, brushes for the bottles.
Yeah, just
and
big extras.
Right. These are extra stuff you need.
Well, not even necessarily big, but like extra things.
Rash cream,
maybe
like
you
the
get,
basics.
maybe you don't.
Right,
Yeah.
So these are...
Well, I think that's it. So, right? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We're really excited for the guests. Like I said, we're going to start announcing them more in detail. We have them booked. But stay tuned.
We're working out the technical kinks with getting them in the videos, but it will happen. We're working on it.
Yeah. Thanks for all the support, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.
Bye.
Living in the moment, it's the mom life.